Joven. En 2004, Nick Jonas se recuperaba del fracaso de su álbum de debut. Sin embargo, el disco llamó la atención de un ejecutivo curioso.
Steve Greenberg was the president of Columbia Records at Sunny Chief. Very huge name in the music industry. Greenberg was behind Hanson. He'd heard Nick's solo album on the Christian label. He brought Nick in, wanted to sign him, thought he was a great singer, and said, let's do this, let's make this work.
And he not only called Nick Jonas in, but he called Joe and Kevin in as well. And he said to the guys, you need to learn how to play instruments, and I'm going to give you a CD full of music. Know these songs. And it was a bunch of punk rock and rock music from the 70s and 80s.
Los Jonas Brothers accedieron a cantar para todo público. Probaron su talento como acto de apertura de estrellas como Kelly Clarkson y los Backstreet Boys. Entre conciertos grabaron canciones de su primer álbum.
The time they spent on that first album, it was great for them. They got to work with some heavyweights. So I think they definitely learned a lot from that. They learned how to perform live, how to record in the studio.
Pero los ejecutivos de Columbia posponían la fecha de salida del disco. Luego Nick recibió noticias alarmantes.
Nick and his older brother Joe Jonas were on a retreat and they were swimming, and when Nick got out of the water, Joe took notice to just how thin and skinny Nick looked, so he was taken to the hospital.
Al joven de 13 años se le diagnosticó diabetes tipo 1.
This was a huge shock to the family. They all bonded together, and it actually took quite a long time, a few weeks, to level out Nick's blood insulin levels and get the guy back on track.
Para diciembre de 2005, los Jonas Brothers estaban en pleno auge. Su primer sencillo, Mandy, estaba basado en una historia real de su hogar en Wyckoff, Nueva Jersey.
I was actually dating Joseph when the song came out. I was in their kitchen and they sat me down. They're like, we have something to tell you. Okay, and they're like, well, we actually just hear something. And they played the song, and I didn't believe it. We made them play it over and over. It was just such an honor.
Mandy was their first hit. It's got a really big chorus. It's a sing-along song. It was the first song that really got the fans into them.
El video de Mandy debutó en TRL de MTV en marzo de 2006. La canción se convirtió en una favorita del público, pero el romance de Mandy y Joe no duró mucho.
We were together for the summer, and then decided, oh, we're better off as friends.
Mandy siguió siendo amiga de los chicos.
On tour with them, and it's a lot of fun. It's crazy. We were in a 15-passenger van. It was me and 9 smelly guys. Sometimes you just go right after the show, you get in the van, you go to the next state, and we had a lot of fun. Every time we were in the van, they would be writing something or we'd be talking about the show. It was great.
Cuando el fenómeno Jonas Brothers despegaba, perdieron a su guía.
The video is doing really well. The album is now supposed to come out in February, and right about that time, Mr. Greenberg, gone from Columbia Records.
There was sort of a shakeup in the hierarchy at Columbia Records, so at that point, there wasn't anyone to really support them there.
Columbia finalmente sacó al mercado It's About Time en agosto de 2006, pero solo vendió 65,000 ejemplares. Los chicos decidieron que era hora de cambiar.
The Jonas Brothers asked to be let out of their contract. Columbia Records said yes.
Al regreso, reservándose para el matrimonio.
They're actually purity rings, and they're promises to ourselves, the God that will stay pure till marriage.
Wouldn't you rather have that than your kids looking up to Marilyn Manson? I would.
El Hollywood joven. En 2007, los Jonas Brothers rompieron con Columbia Records. Pero los chicos de Nueva Jersey no estuvieron solos por mucho tiempo.
Well, that was exciting.
Disney began to see how big the Jonas Brothers were going to be and how much potential they had.
When they're looking for the next big breakout act, it's usually the poppy sound, the looks that the young teenage girls are going bananas over, the squeaky clean look, the very stylish look, and then music, of course, that they can relate to.
Disney firmó al trío con su disquera Hollywood Records. Los Jonas comenzaron a trabajar de inmediato grabando 14 canciones en 21 días. 7 meses más tarde lanzaron su nuevo sencillo, SOS. what they did was they made a really great video, and it got a lot of viral buzz, and it got a lot of downloads on YouTube. And from then, everybody realized, oh, they're a teen pop band, but they're also cute, they're also funny, they have a personality.
Jonas Brothers have kind of a unique sound. They do write their music. They do perform their music. It's to the core pop rock, most definitely. When we were playing on Z100, their fans just came out in droves. We'd never seen anything like it. There was instances where they would crash our website. And they're not just sending one email. They're all sending 100 emails a night. Please make this song #1 on your countdown. SOS, SOS, SOS.
For their second album. El 7 de agosto de 2007 debutó el álbum homónimo de los Jonas Brothers. Escaló a la 5ª posición en la cartelera Billboard y tuvo 4 sencillos exitosos.
This was probably one of the most anticipated albums of the decade for that demographic. I mean, for the teens and the preteens. They were all about it, and when it came out, man, the kids were right there. They lined up in droves to buy it.
Para promover más el disco, los hermanos hicieron una aparición en la popular serie televisiva de Disney, Hannah Montana.
We're such big fans.
We love your music.
You're pretty. El episodio salió al aire tras la premiere de High School Musical 2 y tuvo una sintonía de más de 10 millones de televidentes.
Disney was kind of introducing them. It was cool to have them on, you know what I mean? It just, like I'm saying, it just opens up so many doors, being able to connect even more with Disney and the fans and being more a part of it.
Luego el trío abrió los conciertos de Miley Cyrus en su gira Best of Both Worlds.
It was great. We had a great time. She's a great girl. We had a lot of fun, and she's like a sister to us, so we had a great time.
Absolutely. It was great. You know, she really is like a sister, and so the tour was one big family on the road, so it was a blast.
Pero para Nick, la apretada agenda implicaba otro reto: cómo continuar actuando con diabetes.
He wears an insulin pump while on stage to monitor his insulin levels. But he's used his celebrity as sort of a platform to create awareness about the disease.
El 31 de enero de 2008, los Jonas Brothers finalmente eran la atracción principal. Lanzaron su gira Look Me in the Eyes en Tucson, Arizona. Las admiradoras se volvieron locas.
They're going crazy out there.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Everywhere they go, they're being chased and they're being, followed by fans and girls crying and passing out.
Girls are just going crazy, screaming, just screaming. Oh, Nick, oh, Joe, oh, Kevin.
When I was growing up and it was the Beatles, that was that sensation. They were changing our world. For the girls, the Jonas Brothers are changing their world. And as adults, we sometimes look at it and say, this is kind of craziness.
Pero el atractivo de los chicos no se limitaba a las adolescentes. Los padres también los adoraban por su mensaje positivo. Los anillos de pureza eran importantes en su imagen de chicos de luz.
Yeah, they're actually purity rings, and they're promises to ourselves, the God that will stay pure till marriage.
I learned how the girl thinks that it's pure and married.
Oh, we get that a lot. They're like, "Are you guys married?" And they get upset, but it's and then they're like, "Oh, really? That's really cool." And so a lot of people really think it's awesome.
To wear their purity rings and to actually comment about it, saying we're gentlemen. I think that's a great role model. I mean, wouldn't you rather have that than your kids looking up to Marilyn Manson? I would.
Pero Nick, Joe y Kevin también tenían detractores.
I think a lot of people are skeptical on their whole purity thing because of Britney Spears. Britney was a Disney star. Britney was huge. She was pure. She was perfect. She was clean as a whistle. But she really wasn't. So, are the Jonas Brothers just putting on an act? I don't think they are.
Some of the girls do make fun of their purity rings and say that it's bogus, and they'll say that, is it just for press?